young businessman. I done seen him evolve over the years.
And also known as Lil Mal, who's a local rap artist participating in tonight's event.
To be honest, I thing started before high school, man. It started back in middle school, that nigga started rapping. You know what I'm saying? At first it started out all this, it was a dream at first, you know what I'm saying? But I used to tell them then, cuz, oh God, you got it. Just stick with it, you know what I'm saying? You got it. Handle that business, you know what I'm saying? They from middle school. Once we got to high school, he dropped, you know what I'm saying?
Growing up in Jackson, man, it has a small city feel with a big city appeal. I grew up on the north side of Jackson. The sun always shines in the north. Growing up and also having parents that made it very important for me to understand the history of this city and the history of this state. And knowing where I come from and knowing all of the superstars and knowing the hallowed ground that we walk on in the city of Jackson, man, was very important. So outsiders or people that don't understand where we come from it was special. Growing up in Jackson, Mississippi makes you special and it makes you different than everybody else.
If you've ever been in one of our southern states, you may have taken a sightseeing trip to see one of the plantation homes that were built before the Civil War.
Tonight, a race to distribute water in Jackson, Mississippi. Cars lined up for miles outside distribution centers.
There was what appeared to be a human head of an unidentified black male located on the front porch of a residence within
1 in
this
4
block.
residents live in poverty. And in some of the hardest hit parts of Jackson, the average household makes just $25,000 a
David,
year.
a federal prison has been locked down for almost 31 hours after a deadly riot in Adams County.
The investigators say inmates beat a 24-year-old guard to death in the revolt.
You did. And, we've been ran it up, and they've been mad.
I get so sick of these niggas, all in they feelings just cause a young nigga that ran it up. Y'all niggas just dope popping. You ain't never unloaded them bricks out the truck. You ain't making no profit. These hoes know the difference, they know that we up. They know that it's love. I finesse for the second, then go meet the plug. Getting faded off the Percocet. I done granted up another check. I just got myself another bitch. I just got myself a couple bricks. Blue diamond sounding
High school life with Meezy was fun. He threw a lot of parties, and I know him as Lil Mal. Well, Lil Mal.
Niggas and these bitches acting like they really get it when we know the difference. Y'all just trying to fool the city.
I've been grinding out to get it, doing shows in every city. Now they know we handle business shit. What up?
Y'all just a bunch of nobody.
I noticed my son had a passion for music when he became 11 years old. Our family is a musical family, especially my dad's side of the family, the minor side of the family. So I guess that's what got him interested in the rap scene.
Going back to school together, tripping out and stuff. He was selling candy and he was starting to rap. So we took him to the class together. Just tripping out, just having fun.
Meezy's impact to the music scene in Jackson was very powerful. He pretty much was the leader in the beginning of letting all the rappers know how to really get into the game.
When I first met Meezy, our impact to Jackson, Mississippi, and the state of Mississippi, I feel as if we have touched and reached thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Mal had the streets, Mal Incorporated, and Mal, he brought a lot of people together, probably a lot of people that you wouldn't usually, I don't just say song, but like in the same, atmosphere, So, and he brought business to the music, like some business sense to the music, so I definitely think that's what he did.
Be the same old niggas trying to bring me down, but that hoe wanna fuck a nigga right now. Told her bitch she can leave, I ain't even trying to fuck, cause I'm too busy counting up right now.
Artists now are able to go directly to the consumer. You can push a button and you can reach your fan base. You can push a button and you can reach all the people that you're trying to reach.
When I was growing up, when I first started off in the music industry, there was no social media. We were social media. So we had to book our own gigs. We had to make sure that
We put up our own posters, our own advertising all around wherever we were.
My grandparents stayed close to where he stayed, so it was like we had mutual friends, and one of my close partners introduced me to him. We was in high school, and he was rapping, and he knew I had a studio, which was my bedroom, and I think we skipped school that Friday and went to the studio and made our first song or whatever. And I think about a week later, he had CNN in my damn mama house.
When first started rapping himself, and he gotten his first set of CDs, a lot of the little young guys will pull out in front of the house to get CDs and stuff from him. And then I would go places and the little guys would come up to my car and knock on my window. And I'll roll the window down to see what they want, and they will ask me, "You Lil Mal's mom?" And I said, "Yes." So they was like, yeah, people would give me their CDs to give to him to listen to.
But for African American males growing up in Jackson, local fame and success were no match for a system that was set up to see them fail.
In most plantations near the Mississippi, the one crop was cotton. The enormous amount of hand labor required to grow and pick the cotton was supplied by great numbers of slaves. But the plantation was more than an economic organization. It was a social organization as well. The planter and his slaves were part of an unusual class system. The sharp division of people into two main groups, the owners and the slaves, left a lasting influence on the society of the South.
And a lasting impression it did leave. Jackson, Mississippi was at the forefront of the civil rights movement and ground zero for segregation in America in the 1960s. Leaders for civil rights like Medgar Evers stirred the passions of the movement.
These are stories that help to support the White Citizens Council, the council that is dedicated to keeping you and I second-class citizens. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be demonstrating here until freedom comes to Negroes here in Jackson, Mississippi.
And tragically, the wrath of those that feared change.
For a thug, then it is what it is. Where I live, so you know I'm thug. Got a lot of money in my pocket, so you know what I'm about. Look, baby, hold up, you all on my white tee. If you ain't gonna leave with me, then I can find another freak. Bucking on the dance floor, and you know my pants low. All my nigga eyes red, so you know we smoking droll and mama down and go.
Would a nigga like me smoke, perk, pop, eat? Yeah, I'm in it too deep. I'm a real ass nigga, you ain't heard of my name.
I keep saying, man, that was a time to be alive.
How that bitch ringing?
Joking around on the internet was something that was so special. Not because we were a part of it, but because it was from Mississippi. Yeah. Here, people across the state really embrace joking and just talk about joking. But I remember going online, like looking for joking songs, like on LimeWire and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I could easily make a phone call, but it was just like, you know what I'm saying? The sound, it was amazing. When I came to Atlanta, it's the craziest thing in the fucking world. When I came to Atlanta, bro, I had a dude come up to me at the club and he was like, "Bro, I remember you from your mixtapes." And I was like, "Oh, this was so." He was like, "Bro, the Joker mixtape, bro." I'm like, "What?" He like, "Bro, I'm from Atlanta, bro. We were fucking with Joker, bro. Joker hard, bro."
Well, first of all, back then it was no such thing as internet radio, internet music. That guy and another guy, Soulja Boy, was probably the only two artists, especially from the South, doing numbers like that on the internet. We had Myspace going crazy. And I actually linked up with him through Mal, of course. It was, man, I can't even remember the year, bro. It was so long ago, but basically, man, Mal brought him to me and you know, we was working at home. I was working at home. I wasn't even on Pro Tools yet. And Mal was like, bro, you gotta get on Pro Tools. I was using some old shit, like Adobe Audition or something. He was like, bro, you gotta get on Pro Tools. And that's how long ago it was too. But he made me transition over to Pro Tools in order to compete with the other, you know.
Mal and Joker, okay, I'm gonna be real. Mal pull up, he say, hey, cuz, listen to this dude. And I heard Joker. He was like, hi, my name is Joker. Bitch, you a smoker. And I was like, cuz, I don't want to hear no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For real, I like, cuz, I don't want to hear no shit like that. Cuz, I listen to Boosie, cuz. Cuz said, cuz, it's bigger than Boosie, cuz. This the one, you know what I'm saying? I say, bet, cuz. We was doing shows around the city already. You know what I'm saying? He like, cuz, gonna go out of town, cuz. I was like, cuz, I ain't going way. He said, cuz, let's go out of town, cuz. I think our first trip was like to Kentucky. We went to Kentucky. And when we got to Kentucky, folks come with the bread. I said, we made it. You know what I'm saying? They come with the bread. We made it. You know what I'm saying? We made it, man.
You can take it to the bank. I ain't never loud cap. Do it straight from the heart. The other rappers ain't telling the truth. They be lying when they step in the booth. I do it straight from the heart. You know I keep it 100 cause I'm rapping what I'm living. So you know I ain't stunned. Straight from the heart.
Real and Mal finally hooked up and connected. So as I was doing my time, I was hearing about they was elevating. I was hearing about what they had going on because people was coming in from the streets to where I was locked up at saying, man, your kinfolks out there doing their thing, man. They hot, him and Joker, woo, woo, woo. I was like, yeah, that's good, man, that's good. So I kept hearing nothing but good things about Mal and Joker and the music they was making.
Well, first, do your due diligence. Understand this is the music business. So don't just be a big fan of recording or a big fan of performing. Understand that this is a business and there's areas that are very important to your career as far as majors versus independent. Independent is great, it gives you the freedom. But you have to identify a capital source. Where is this money gonna come from in order to do the thing that you want to do?
601. Nigga, I be on some more shit. Y'all be on some whole shit. I went and got my money up. Y'all niggas on that broke shit. So fuck whoever hating on me. Tell them they don't really want to hit these hoes and keep it going. Cause baby, they didn't want it. I be on some more shit. I be getting money, dawg. I be on some more shit. So I don't really fuck with y'all. I be on some more shit. Y'all be on that whole shit. I went and got my money. I'm all in the building, nigga. I be on that.
Hot Rod was a beast, you know, like you pretty much could say Boots and Webber, you know what I'm saying? You know how Webber more lyrical, you feel me? Like Webber had not Webber, Hot Rod had an ethic back then out this word, like he could rap, you know what I'm saying? He could really rap. We brought the best side cuz, you know what I'm saying?
Check time, Shady Oaks. Goddamn fucking with my nigga C, Battlefield.
She the one they got back.
Rod. I used to think that they were like, you know, Boots and Webber was hot during the time. Like, I felt like they were Boots and Webber. You know, they compliment each other on the rap. Rod had the hard punchlines. Mal, you know, he talking about this and that, you know. He you know, though some people might say sneak this.
What up, it's your boy Lil Trillin. Right now I'm doing my verse for the homie Lil Mal. You already know what it is, Trill fam, only for the family. You know what I'm saying? Rich niggas do real rich nigga things. If you ain't rich, then let me shut up.
And I remember when I was in the studio and Mal wanted to come, he always, you know what I mean, he was always eager. He had big ambition. I knew he was going be something, you know what I mean? I seen the look in his eyes. And I brought him to the studio after, you know, we had conversation about, you know, he want to rap. And he came to the studio and he got on a song. And man, he sounded good, man. And he had this other cat, man, Hot Rod. And he got on a song with us too. and they sounded good, man. And from then, man, it was history, man. Mal did his thing.
Cuz, you know, he was more on it. He was the groundwork of it, you feel me? Like the studio, everything come with it, you know what I'm saying? The hitting the highway, we doing everything. Young though, you know what I'm saying? Before, man, I never seen nobody do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew nothing about none of this until this man say, cuz, this is what's up, this what's up, and he made me a believer. You know what I'm saying?
Now at 6, Jackson police still working multiple murders in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, someone found 4 bodies in 2 different homes on Moon Street, right near Woodrow Wilson Avenue and Mill Street. 16 WAPT's Jennifer Ortega is live in our newsroom. You've got some new information, Jennifer.
Guys, we just learned the names of the 4 victims, 51-year-old Mike Wilson, Sherrod Brown, and Ashley Taylor, all in their 20s.
Devastating. You know, because I can't remember. But I'm thinking Hot Rod was the first. I'm thinking he was the first death, like our partners that died, you know. So, you know, we weren't expecting that in the 20s. I can't remember what Robin probably did about 10 years now. Ain't he? Yeah. So shoot, that was. I don't know if it was either him or Papa, but one of them was first, and that was back then. That was bad.
You know what I'm saying? We our family. We've been growing up since we were little. I can imagine how they made him feel, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't here, so I really don't know how it really took a toll on him, you know what I'm saying? Yep, recipe Hot Rod, though.
Because growing up, man, we might have had 10 murders a year, or under, a little less. Then it kind of gradually went up to 12, 13, 14, 15. And that was a lot for the city back then. And versus now, it's been quadrupled. And it's a whole lot of, you know, youngsters. It's killing each other. There's no more fighting. Ain't no more talking it out. And just going back to the 80s and the early 90s when I was coming up, it wasn't the crime. It wasn't no crime, really. It was more love. It was more black people supporting each other. Your neighbor, when I was coming up, can whoop your ass, bro. And it was cool. You know what I mean? Everybody was family. And as coming up, you know, the drugs came in. You know what I mean? People started to get on drugs in the late 80s. And then, you know, the gangs came in right with the drugs. The youngsters started gang banging, putting the guns in their hands. And killing each other. It wasn't no more fighting and shaking hands out. So now you got that it kind of switched over a little bit into the social media area.
My brother had the studio in the back of my dad's house. What the song called? Lil Mal in the Shack, High on Contact. Yep. Locally, Mal and Joker.
We are the birthplace of America's music. We need to be cocky about it. We need to be arrogant about it when we tell people that.
The music in Mississippi is a little different from what I saw when I first came to Mississippi. You got to understand that at my age and time, when I started recording, I was playing around with my guitar, myself, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, B.B. King, Jimmy Reed, John Lee Hooker, Smokey Hall, Lil Walter, Sonny Boy Williamson, and all you guys. Now these guys are older than I. I'm 87 years old. The guys weren't that much older than I. I've been playing a long time, in the early 50s, late 40s and early 50s, up until now. Music haven't changed that much, just enough to make a little ingredient different in the approach of it.
Despite the darkness of the time, culture in Jackson flourished, especially in its burgeoning music scene.
Shout out to my dog Mal, you know what I'm talking about, OG in the game, you know what I'm talking about. How you plug in with him, man?
That's my blood cousin. A lot of people don't know that though.
Say that.
That's my blood cousin.
Nigga Mal be plugged with everybody. Bro.
Real spill, goddamn.
So I've been plugged in with Ma took me to the studio first time.
Really?
First time. Yeah, for sure.
What studio was that?
It was in the closet. It was at somebody's house.
Oh, okay.
First time working it out.
It was somebody's house. That was a long time ago.
What you say right now? You work on Hershey Black.
Yeah.
Say
Shout
that
out Hershey
there.
Black, man.
Already, Jacktown.
You know, the family where like it's the little cousin that's gonna always be right behind the big cousin. Like whatever they do, wherever they go, that was me. I was their little cousin. So, you know, wherever he went, whatever he did, I wanted to do. So he had braids, I had braids. He wanted to rap, I wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? The clothes, all of that. I wanted to be that. So even just for the music, he really helped me tap into a different mindset as far as making better music, making music that can go past Jackson. Because for a long time, I was thinking that, you know what I'm saying, we were supposed to sound a certain way, or we were supposed to, you know what I'm saying, put this image out. You know what I'm saying? But he really changed it for me and helped me really just to learn more and more about, like you should say, the industry.
I just had a dream that my team got rich.
I don't usually dream when I sleep at night, so I know when I do that it's a vision of life.
Be the same old nigga trying to bring me down, but that hoe wanna fuck a nigga right now. Told a bitch she can leave, I ain't even trying to fuck, cause I'm too big.
I ain't no ass shit but a jig and a brick. I want the money, so I fuck a bitch. Never had trouble like this ever since I was a youngin' playin' way to get rich. These niggas ain't jiggin', these niggas they pussy. Step in the building, niggas get the lickin'. They mad at a nigga, they bitch you, we took it. All-Star League, you niggas some rookie. Fly to Cali, send them to the city. Arizona just to stock up on midget. Boss on my work, made the plug drop the ticket. Now why me get a gone right in the tree?
Amazing, bro. My first Luddy song that I really heard and paid attention to. I had heard Luddy coming up, you know what I'm saying? But I never really honestly paid attention to it until it was brought to my attention. None came to me. None came to me. It's like, hey, bro, we got this shit in order now, bro, because everybody know, like, shit, I've been the same way. Like, my nigga, like, come to me when it's time for me to press the button to do what I need to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm working my move, y'all working y'all move, but when we can work it together and it makes sense, like, come to me then. So, Nana pulled up on me and he played me No Sleep on the Weekend. I'd never forget it, bro. I'd never forget it. The way I'm smiling right now, I was smiling in. I was like, yo, give me this song. I went straight to the radio station. But he had already hollered at Quasi, you feel what I'm saying? And worked the move with Quasi. So I'm going to the radio station. Quasi's like, yeah, we're glad you already da-da-da. So, yeah, man, that man's voice is so special, bro. You all know it's crazy. While you sitting right here, I just found some drops from 10 years ago with London pulled up at the house. No bullshit, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, bro. Him doing drops, I just let the shit run and you hear all the shit in the background. Like, man, and I said it on that clip. I was like, bro, your voice so special, bro. I was actually joking. I was like, bro, don't ever start smoking. Don't ever do nothing to tamper with your voice, bro. I was like, I hope you don't even go through like a late puberty and your voice change, bro, because your voice was just so special, man. Man, I love that nigga voice, dog.
Hit my neck froze. Turn up on these hoes. 30,000 whoa. Let these niggas know. Had to let these bitches know. Bitch, you gotta go. Cause been my heart cold. Been my heart cold. Been my heart cold. Diamonds on me cold. Been my neck froze. Turn it on these hoes.
Right now, he been doing that style of rapping. You know what I mean? The popular style of rapping is out here right now. He been doing it, and his melodies and his catering, it's sick. You know what I mean? And
he one of the ones I seen that had an impact on the upcoming age group, that age bracket. He had them word for word, his music. So that was special within itself. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, to connect with the people like that, that's a gift within itself. So you know what I mean? So really.
Back then, appreciate it real. You understand what I'm saying? Real gold on, real down, all good. Real, have something to do. You know what I'm coming through.
Person or persons opened fire.
This is not a press conference or a rally that I organized, but I wanted to come out here and be clear that I stand with you, that I support you, and I want you to have the loudest voices in this particular effort.
After his shot-up SUV crashed into that home right there on Montebello Drive. This all happened around 10:30 Sunday night.
Bishop Jeffrey Stallworth says his message to mourners, Lil Lonnie, will live on.
You could take away the music, but still there's a rhythm deeper than the heartbeat that will forever be there.
Social media, but police are keeping the details of their investigation close to their vest and asking for the public's help.
Yes, it's for suspect information.
Security and law enforcement were posted inside and outside of the church for Lil Lonnie's funeral, making sure it went on without any issues. In light of Lonnie's death and the shooting at his
Man, niggas lost hope, bro. Niggas lost hope, bro. Niggas lost hope because shit. You saw London actually doing this shit, and then there's women get fucked over in your own city, on your own side of town. Like, niggas lost hope.
I ain't gonna lie, it's the police. If they was out doing their job, and I ain't gonna say put fear in people, but you know what I'm saying, they out patrolling 24/7, people won't probably try to commit crimes and stuff like this, but man, we hardly see them, so you might well get crime. I ain't gonna say you might well do it, but people gonna do it when you don't see them. They gonna do crime when you don't see them.
I gotta make this shit here straight right now. I know they don't wanna see a young nigga make it out. I know what time it is in his mind right now. If I ain't never shine, I'ma shine.
Interesting because I'm older, those kinds of things I have to. I feel those through my children. I feel those through kids that I encounter, and to see that these young folks were really devastated because of a cat named Lil Lonnie, right? So who is he, and how does he have such an impact that he can cause the entire city? And so when you see
Lonnie was another little brother of mine. Me and Lonnie did a lot together away from Jackson. We lived, we traveled, and his music was his story. And his story is a lot of the younger generation today's story. And his story is so amazing to the point where if you would just actually take the time out to listen to his music, he would channel you with his music.
All that man wanted to do was put on for our city and state, bro. And for them to do that to him for nothing, man, it fucked up a lot of people. And it just shows that jealousy is a real disease. Jealousy needs a cure to it, just like anything else needs a cure to it. That's a real disease, bro. So, man, it fucked up everybody, man.
Too small for it. Gonna kill all of us, and man, ain't gonna be no more left. As far as stopping it, man, I don't know. Folks just it just take, people to get on the right, we just gotta value life, man. That's pretty much it, you know what I mean? And value each other's lives.
When I found out Jonathan was going to jail, I was sad, I was hurt, I was afraid, and I was angry.
The prisons in Mississippi are badly in need of renovation, and its inmates are subject to overcrowding and unsanitary conditions. Where you find inhuman conditions, it will breed inhuman behavior.
When I tell you the conditions of that pod merits immediate renovations, That cannot be overstated.
Now the sheriff's office is calling for an immediate improvement on the conditions within the jail, something Chrysler says has been an ongoing issue for years.
Doors not locking, cells are not habitable. We have a lot of issues. This has been an issue that's been going on for 2 decades.
David, a federal prison has been locked down for almost 31 hours after a deadly riot in Adams County.
Investigators say inmates beat a 24-year-old guard to death in the revolt.
It took a lot out of me. It made me sick. I really actually felt like I was having a heart attack because I was really stressing real bad. But through prayer, God got us through it.
That's how we know we can't lose. You can't lose when you faithful. You can't lose when you're doing the work of the righteous. We got too many of our brothers behind those walls crying. Too many of our brothers locked up in those cages that's disconnected from their families. We look at families being snatched apart at the border. We also have to understand that what we're dealing with is internal deportation of our people, the separation of families. For folks to dehumanize us, to tell us that it's okay to sleep in feces, that it's okay to be crawled on by rats. How do you expect somebody to act human when you try to condition them to not be? That's right. We're here today to protect our children from the state of Mississippi. We're here to protect our children from that Confederate flag. We're here to protect our children.
Just as the country was celebrating the beginning of a new decade, within weeks they would find themselves in a new world, one that would have dire consequences for the people of Jackson.
Hey, good morning. Thank you everyone for being here. We just wanted to get some information out about the novel coronavirus or the new coronavirus.
I think it is important to understand that for the public in Mississippi, that right now we feel like the risk is low to the
We're
general.
just getting word that Mississippi has reported its first presumptive positive case.
In Mississippi, the state reporting 1,092 cases with 5 additional deaths.
We want to zero in this morning on the state of Mississippi, which is leading the nation in a way that they don't want to. Cases.
I lost a couple cousins, a couple older cousins, like on my mama's side. But in the city, it affected everything. You know, we couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing. In the studio, you know, people were scared to come out. You know, we gotta really watch who we can be around and distance yourself. It was crazy. It was wild.
It was the same way. You gotta think about you couldn't come out the house. You can't come out, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these last couple years, 2-3 years, it's been a tough road, you know what I'm saying? For a business owner, for anybody out here, even moving around, period. For artists, you can't go out and get show money, you can't, you know what I mean? Everything was shut down. We never seen that in the history, like, you know what I'm saying? We never seen nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But that just lets you know anything can happen at any given time. So, you know, you just gotta be, you know, aware of it, you know what I'm saying? So, it affect everybody. The COVID, it'll affect everybody. Like,
a sobering statement today. He says, in the scope of all of this, 50 years from now, this pandemic will be studied by children in schools.
As the COVID-19 virus spread through the world, cities with mostly poor and African-American populations like Jackson were hit hardest. It seemed to the residents of Jackson that it would take a miracle to raise their spirits.
For the game about shutting Jerry down, giving up a big play like that hurts. Deion Sanders from his own goal line. And Deion high-stepping from midfield. Touchdown, Atlanta, 100 yards.
Our 21st head football coach, the legendary Deion Coach Prime Sanders.
You have never heard about anybody growing up saying, I want to go play football at Jackson State.
Prior to 2020, the Jackson State University football team had not had a winning season since 2013. The football team had been facing, along with the rest of the city, some very tough years.
2 Jackson State University football players are arrested for robbery. 20-year-old Jacksonians Glass and 21-year-old Carl Jones were arrested yesterday.
When Coach Prime took over the struggling football program at JSU, there were more obstacles than just getting the team focused.
If these kids had the same playing field, I guarantee you more would matriculate to the next level. But it's not. And that's why I'm here to balance this thing.
It really couldn't go wrong. It kind of opened up the economy a little bit, and it helped a lot of people just kind of see a star. A lot of people never really seen a real star, you feel?
2020. It was a big change for the city as a whole, really. It really positively impacted Jackson. Brought a lot of business, just Jackson State having all that booming publicity and all that. It was really good. It was something positive.
Anytime you can go 60 Minutes, ESPN Game Day, Good Morning America, GQ Magazine, that's priceless. I mean, that's the type of exposure that you just can't pay for. That's what we call the prime effect.
Prime brought a lot of light to the city. I'm proud to have him, proud to have him as a coach here. It's a face, get the city a facelift. Anytime somebody comes and, shed a lot of light on the city, of course, doors are gonna be open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's real good for the city.
Just my business of me just doing hair and selling clothes. I did pretty good for people wanting to get their hair done for games and wanting to have something nice to wear to the games. He brought a lot of money to the city, so people just should be grateful for that.
That'll do it. 53-0 the final score. And Coach Prime gets his first win and his first Gatorade bath as the head coach of Jackson State University.
Man, the Deion effect. Deion Sanders has transformed the city. He's brought an energy to the city that did not exist beforehand.
It's giving the city hope. It's giving young black kids hope.
2nd and 15, Reagan coming again. But instead, a number of blue jerseys come there to wrap them up.
Yeah, I think it's a real good thing that we got Deion, and I think he has helped us tremendously in more ways than he knows other than just football.
Play action, man wide open, and there he is, Malachi Weidman with the carry, trying to get to the outside, and he's able to cross the goal line.
That job every time it came over. We'll see, but great job for Prairie View. Season's going to be a little short.
The Southwestern Athletic Throne belongs to the new kings of the conference, the Jackson State Tigers.
He's not only making kids and athletes believe that they can win, but he's making other kids from all across the country want to get here, and it's shedding impact, and it's shedding light, and it's bringing a lot of revenue to the city.
And I definitely would be remiss without, shouting out, of course, President Thomas Hudson and Athletic Director Ashley Robinson, because they were instrumental in bringing Deion Sanders in, and they are two homegrown talents here, people that grew up in the city of Jackson that are now working as the president and the athletic director at Jackson State University.
Got some questions right here. So basically,
we got what year did you start making music? What made you get into the industry? We describe the music scene in Mississippi. How you feel like the music scene has changed. Just talk about the city of Jackson, crime, the youth. I particularly want you to talk about you staying in the same neighborhood that you in, being on the west side of town, particularly. And talk about Deion Sanders and Jackson State football, if you want to talk about that too.
What you think you bring to the city?
Yeah.
And the documentary overall is about Meezy, who was an artist. He was a big artist in Mississippi, still is a big artist. And it's based around his final album, which is called with his title Thank You. And then Meezy also transitioned from as a music artist to film. He's working on his second.
Mississippi. We down here shooting movies and shit. Shout out to my dogs. What's up?
Jackson, Mississippi. You got a new movie, Crosses, coming on Tubi soon. Check it out.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your girl, I'm a regular great. Check me out in the new movie, Crosses.
Street. Yeah. Lil Mal, what it do, nigga? Bar Street, what it do, nigga? Yeah. Shout out to Meezy. Shout out to everybody in the movement, man, for real, though, yo. Oh, hold on. Can't leave without saying big shout out to Square World. TV, yeah. I'm in the tree with him. Man, got the country. This shit come from London. Pinky and the roller, that's a $100. Do with a lick read. Got the bike, no 10 speed. I just sold nigga 100 pounds, took it out of town, but I don't need much do weed. Yeah. Gang told me what you mad for. And that don't mean you really, cause you done had more. Used to hit the bird through the back.
When Cuz told me that they was doing a movie, Crosses, I didn't know what to expect. I knew that Cuz and them was very talented, smart, great ideas, and understand business. But I didn't know how it was gonna turn out. I didn't know it was gonna turn out that great. So I got a little sneak preview of it, and I was like, wow. I was real proud of Mal, man. I was like, man, this is nice. Better than I thought. Not saying that I thought it was gonna be trash or nothing, cause I didn't think that, but I didn't think it was gonna be that good and that quality. And he did a great job.
Oh shit. Hey. My man, what up though? You done hit me up with all types of urgency? I'm assuming you got my money early.
Niggas ran in the spot.
Okay.
Took everything.
Took everything like what?
Cleared us out.
You trying to fucking tell me you let a nigga come in your spot and take the 50 fucking pints that I already fucking fronted you? What the fuck, Josh? What the fuck?
I be in the hood, pulled it with the scrub. I be in the hood, pulled it with the pack. I be in the hood. What it do, boy?
All right, thanks, Lil Mal. Keep your eyes open for me.
Stay caked up, boy.
Man. God damn, man. You ain't gonna believe what my little broad down the street from the spot just told me happened, man.
Wow.
Man, niggas came through that bitch and popped Lil Mark, man, looking for something, man.
Nah, ain't no way.
Nigga on God, nigga.
Good,
I wouldn't lie about no shit like
quality. And he did a great job with it. And I knew from Crosses, it was gonna be a double Crosses before he even mentioned it. I could just tell. And man, that was the first, man. That was the first movie somebody shot from Jackson. And hopefully it won't be the last. I hope that we can keep it going.
Y'all got me out here with a real one, man. Y'all go check that boy the Crosses out, man. Hey, it's official tissue. Yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi, at the beginning of a new decade, was a city in crisis. With issues of poverty, infrastructure failure, and violent crime, its residents had long suffered from state officials who were quick to point out problems, but short on solutions.
In 2020, our capital city set a record of 130 murders. In 2021, it increased to over 150 murders.
The crime rate, it's high. You know, it's like senseless killing. It's people killing each other, but it's definitely high.
A citizen reported what they thought might be a human body.
And when police arrived, that's exactly what they found.
There is the remains of a human that did not have a head attached to it.
You're gonna have the drugs, the murders, the shootings, like any other city, like you have in Memphis, like you have in Atlanta, like you have in Houston. Jackson just less populated, so the people more closely connected than you would in a big city like that.
So what would you say about this area right now? What could you put out there?
I'm gonna tell you, be careful. It's just like anywhere else, but we're a lot more dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Shit, just gotta goddamn be a real nigga.
911, what's the emergency, please?
New at noon, Jackson
police are investigating multiple weekend shootings, including 2 homicides. This makes the city's total number of homicides up to 8. In the first homicide, the victim...
Our family was, like, devastated. Still hurt today. Bebe was a guy, man. He was a gentle giant, man. Big heart, man. And whenever the family called or needed him, he was there. Whether it was my mom, me, or whoever needed him, he could do anything. Needed him to come fix something or whatever, build something, he was coming. If he didn't come right then, he might be tomorrow, it might be 30 minutes, but he was coming. And he was just, like I said, a gentle giant, man. Great family member, man. Great cousin, man. Just great father, great son. He was a great guy, man. It was devastating to the family.
Baby meant everything in the neighborhood, man. I miss Baby now. Baby messed me up, man. Baby, you fix your car, fix anything. You kick your baby mama door in, he come to fix it the next day. You ain't got to worry about it. You feel what I'm saying? You go break this. You knew back then I tore stuff up. Shit, Baby gonna come fix it. You know what I'm saying? I could be like, hey, I know, baby, anytime morning, anytime you gonna call Baby gonna answer the phone. You know, you gonna talk to Noah, but he coming. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, no matter what. Now it's rough without Baby now, cause I ain't got no brakes changed in a minute. Oil change. I need a tune up. I need everything. You just drop your car with Baby. You drop your car with Baby, go to work. You come back, your car right. You know?
To these streets. Oh.
Yeah. Me, I'm personally the one that understand what's going on out in the street because I had these talks with youngins, I deal with, and I just know, man, like the back and forth retaliation and stuff like that. I understand how they go because, like, if something was to happen to my brother, I don't know how I'm gonna react to it. You know what I'm saying? And certain lines get crossed, and the level of disrespect is just out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's at a point now, like, you can't wait to get on there and tell what you done. Like, I come from an era we'll never do that. You do that shit in silence. You do that, you'll never hear about that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be out here for real. So, like, to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, that shit, this shit starting to look like cartoons to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand the logic of it. You know what I mean? I don't understand that logic of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just think, man, when you cross certain lines and shit, you can't come back from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, like, they hitting babies. They shooting up mama houses. They hitting babies and shit like that. So it ain't like you hearing you talk.
Parkway. Let's go. GBC.
Yeah, Kel.
All this shit on demand. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They try to stop my little motion. Say you're bad, that little shit gon' be over. I gotta stay focused, they say I'm the GOAT, they know that I'm chosen. I'm having bricks on demand. Give him a 10, bet he knock off his man. I gotta watch my surroundings, I'm really too rich to get killed by a fan.
Police say the young man killed was a passenger in an SUV. That vehicle targeted by a gunman on a busy street in broad daylight. In the last 5 days, 7 people have been shot and killed on the streets of Jackson.
My nephew died today like a dog in the street.
Police say the latest victim was gunned down Tuesday morning in a drive-by shooting in Northeast Jackson.
There were 2 males inside of that vehicle when shots were fired into the vehicle. One of those males is deceased at this time, and a second male was transported to a local hospital.
The passenger and driver's side windows shot out of the SUV. Police say the shooting happened on Ridgewood Road near Atkins Boulevard.
Too much killing going in Jackson, man. Too much killing.
Henderson Burns says the man killed in the drive-by was his nephew. Burns' family is still grieving after recently losing another loved one to gun violence.
I just lost a grandson a couple weeks ago, maybe, and now dead.
Phone call, and it was an officer saying your son been shot. So I said, my son been shot? I said, no, my son ain't been shot. He's not in town. So he said, sir, your son been shot. So I said, okay, what's his name? So now I hear man in the background giving the officer his name. So it's serious now. So I said, So he said, you know, his real name, and I can hear my son in the background. So I say, where y'all at? So boom. So told me the location. So I came to the scene, and the officer was like, I was like, is he gonna be all right? He said, yeah, your son's gonna be all right. So I still was nervous. But he said somebody with him is not. So now I'm like, wow, man, who is that with him? Because he really let me know. He's not telling me that he's gone, but in so many words I kind of read between the lines that whoever with him probably not gonna make it or already gone.
Yeah, you know, I'm finna go. I mean, when I get back to Jackson, I'm going ahead. I gotta go over here, go check on what's going on. Because when I heard he got shot, I was like, ain't no way man got shot. What's going on then? Will? Like, I was like, what? It was crazy.
And police identified the victim as William Knight. Again, he's 24 years old. Now, investigators have identified one potential suspect, and police tell us that an arrest warrant is forthcoming. Tonight, we're live at JPD headquarters. Ross Adams at 16.
So I said, I'm racing to the scene. Call some of my family members, let them know what happened. So, you know, when I pull up, I see my oldest brother there. You know, he's just, you know, crying and crying. I said, oh, wow, who is this with man? Because I know they dead now, because I'm seeing it running up toward the truck. So when I get there, they trying to hold me back. I said, nah, I went to the truck. I looked, seen man, my son, he was straight. They was working on him or whatever. I looked on the passenger side and seen my little cousin. And when I looked, I couldn't believe it, man. My first thing, I was like, why? Who did this? And why this happened? Because these guys don't bother.
Hey, them regular about Jackson guys.
Hey, it's real different.
Yeah.
For real. It's a lot of, you know, like I said, regular shit though. This shit happen everywhere. I be traveling a lot, so I be like, damn, this shit.
Who got you
This
traveling?
shit be going on. Music.
Okay, dude.
Music.
And
Well, when you jump,
you know, that changed everything up until the day. That changed a lot. Changed the way we move. Changed the people who we trust. And everything. So how I just look at that, man, like, you know, that's a wake-up call for all of us. Now, it's hard to trust anybody. You know what I mean? And how I preach this all the time. Watch who you're around, watch how you move, and stay off the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Stay off the internet. And man, yeah, that's it, man.
We not bad people. We good people living in bad conditions. And eventually, when you don't have the mobility and you don't have the means to go and address the source of your problems, you take it out right on the first thing that's in front of you. So they'll tell the same story about Chicago, that it's just black people that love to kill black people. It's people that's frustrated and they want more. And a lot of times our love comes out as anger. We love ourselves. We want more for ourselves. We want more for our community. And some days, the mental stress of feeling like you can never break through. You know, if you go watch Sanford and Son, I don't know if y'all ever watched Sanford and Son, but like, you always get this hope. Every time it look like they're about to get out of the ghetto. And then they stuck. You know, some circumstance keep them stuck. And so even the way we take in stories like that, and then we start seeing ourselves living this out in the real life, like it's not a TV show, it's a real life condition or a real life set of conditions that people living through. And so when I say a mental time bomb, I mean you have to really take into consideration how much can the human mind take in the sense of oppression and depression before it starts to push up and push out and push back.
Just over 10 minutes to landing. Ladies and gentlemen,
Washington for USA. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who we got here? We got Meezy behind the camera. Yo. See, welcome to Lagos tonight. Listen, Meezy, I'm gonna show you around, man. Stay with me, it's the boss here the crib.
I know the play. I be the man of the occasion. Me and my guys deserve a standing ovation. Cause we know they play. Hey, Billy, we go party like say we no send the Kelebe. Hey, Kelebe, girl, you bad, I swear you fine like you
That's how we dream. He is the literal personification of what we dreamed about when we were little kids. So to see it, it's like, go on, little bruh, fly.
I be trying to get this on my own. Yeah, nobody knows. They don't know what I'd have been through. On the time that I cried when the rent due. Could get shot praying he pulled through. Now I can't ride it in the car if it's see-through. Look, mama never had $1, so that motivate me. Love me like an only child, but not enough to educate me. Can't blame her, she ain't been paying fortification. Had to tell her again money, then it come with the hating. Told my nigga, fuck them hoes, it really about what you saving. For what you making, play broke, cause they looking to take it. I know some niggas in my hood don't give a damn if I make it. In my face like I'm slow, but I just play like I'm crazy. This your bitch, real shit, I can show you she nothing. Got a number yesterday, so by the morning we fucking. That ain't nothing, I'm just trying to teach you stick to the plan. Cause pulling hoes and buying clothes, that don't make you a man. Take care of your kids, if you got them, they ain't asked to be here. Keep a drop on your oppa, watch the ones that near. Fuck a bitch unless she coming with a bank account. From the bottom, but I ran up on a large amount.
Great, to run a show in Hollywood for 14 days and to be, premiere.
Same time, we were trying to create another lane in Jackson, Mississippi for, other people to step in and try their talents out.
Great to be beside him. He's doing such a great thing in Jackson. It's like his mind is on another level.
I believe Marlon and Meezy will have a dynamic impact on this industry by using music in music development and production. And I say that because they're both innovative creatures. Their brains operate on a formula that I don't think the common man operates on.
So many sides. Party promoter, rapper, executive producer, movie producer, director, manager, A&R, everything, man. Everything, man. Salute to him, man. My cousin, I love him.
Good motherfucker, last night we went to the movie premiere. I'm talking about they had the motherfucking red carpet out, the blue lights was going, the white lights was going. Say, boy, I'm talking about it was better than that motherfucking place where that nigga got slapped at. And now nigga get slapped. The police didn't have to escort nobody out. Say, man, they had the barbecue, the food place going. Nigga, they had the women that were looking how they were looking. Probably out of 300 women, I seen 15 that probably had a BBL, the rest of them was all natural. Say, nah, man, I'm talking about real live motherfucking player shit. Nigga say, shout out to Jackson State University. Say, them nigga Jackson State football playing nigga was out there.
It's bigger than that, cuz he showed me the internet. I wasn't paying no attention to that mess. He brought it to me, cuz. It's YouTube. Okay, I see. I get it. It's bigger than this, cuz. I understand. He the GOAT, man. He the GOAT. I've been telling forever.
So to see somebody that, we got love for walking in those footsteps, she was just living vicariously through him. We proud to see him. I hope I'm looking at the next Scorsese.
I want to say this first. I am very proud of Mal. He have always been the kid in the hood who was bigger than the hood. I'm just proud of him. I do see the transition. I see where he's going, where he's trying to go, where he's taking it. And more power to him.
And, he tells me a lot about, him watching, how I moved, or, watching how, me and Vanna moved, or watching how Boo moved. And you can tell that he was very observant. And you can tell that he was very meticulous about what his plan was. Because when you are trying to learn how to do something, when you're trying to grow and you're trying to evolve, what you do is is you watch the people around you who are doing the things that you want to do. And that's what he did.
But you know some shit I was thinking about? I remember when my daddy took me over your house. I knew Chris at. I was with my daddy one day. Your mama had been cooking them cakes. It was smelling like goddamn a bakery in that bitch. You took me back down on that goddamn window computer. You remember when that shit was basic, nigga? I'm talking about the office shit. The old school office shit. And you was like, cool, I do music. And I was like, yeah. Man, you should have told me you was that nigga. Shout out to God, you holding up the whole state on the low end and the top end, on the back end, and on the bottom side, nigga. Damn. Hey man, just being in real time and just being able to see an example, that shit important, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, nigga. I'm keep telling you till I stop. You feel me?
The river will crest 24 hours earlier than initially projected. I've already received calls from individuals wondering or questioning whether they should get out now. If you are capable of getting out now, get out now. Get out as soon as possible.
Tonight, the urgent race to evacuate an assisted living facility east of Jackson, Mississippi.
As the governor declared a state of emergency, warning time is running out.
The actions that you take now can help you protect your own life and help you protect the lives of your family members.
We've been out of power.
For
We've
years,
seen
the
ice storms in the 80s. We saw ice storm in the 90s, but we've not seen a water situation. And so you come some 10, 12 years later, and it's the same thing. And you look at just coming out of COVID, ice storm, pipes break, and it literally felt like we were living somewhere that wasn't America.
For years, the citizens of Jackson have been dealing with major problems due to failing infrastructure, especially that city's water system. The situation got significantly worse this week when the pumps at the main water treatment plant failed. According to the city, recent heavy rains and widespread flooding of the Pearl River exacerbated issues at the plant, which was already operating on its backup pumps. So now, all 150,000 residents of the entire city of Jackson are without reliable running water indefinitely.
I don't know what it's like to live in a quote unquote third world country, but I felt like I was somewhere that they talked about that was real third worldish.
It's crazy. No clean drinking water. People, water bills is just sky high. It's crazy. Like, you turn the water on, some of the homes, they turn their water on, the water is like brown. So that's crazy.
You know, but, you know, these pipes are 100 years old. So they've had problems, you know, for the past 25, 26 years. And, you know.
See the government, we got a mayor that a lot of people love. Like, he young, he energetic, he smart, right? But what we do, we say, well, it's his fault about the water, or it was the prior mayor's fault. Well, people really take into account this thing of time. We only had black leadership in this city for 25 years. We got our first black mayor in 1997, right? So when you talking about the problem of pipes that's averaging being at least 100 years old, we've been in leadership for 25 years, there is nobody gonna hold anybody accountable for the 75 years of neglect that got dumped on black people that put us in these conditions, right? So a lot of us understand that this ain't the fault of black leadership. If you look at the state government of Mississippi, it was never designed to absorb and support black leadership. Like when they wrote the Constitution of 1890, which is the one that we live under now, that Constitution never foresaw a day that we would have elected black officials in powerful positions making decisions on behalf of the communities that they come from. So when you get elected there, getting in there is one thing, and then understanding how to navigate the job is a totally different thing. So people are angry and upset about the water. And so what it looks like, when it looks like we internally mad at our city and our leadership, what it is again, a circumstance of who is the first that you can get to, right?